Who killed 4 people and seriously injured another after a shooting at an office building in New York, spent time in Southern California growing up. The shooter, identified as Shane Tamura, graduated from Granada Hills Charter High School in 2016, where he was a football standout. He transferred there from Golden Valley High School in Santa Clarita. Old teammates of his we spoke to described Tamura as a good person who never caused any problems. And letters found on Tamura's body after yesterday's shooting show that he blamed football for giving him CTE. He also blamed the NFL, although he never played professionally.
Well, and Rachel, John, this morning we're also learning more about the moments leading up to that mass shooting. Police believe the shooter traveled cross country from Las Vegas to New York City before opening fire in Midtown Manhattan. This morning, an active investigation into a mass shooting in an office tower in the heart of New York City. Authorities say the shooter is 27-year-old Shane Tamura. At the end of the workday Monday night, police say he walked towards 345 Park Avenue in Midtown Manhattan, wearing body armor and carrying a rifle.
The building's security camera footage shows the shooter enter the lobby, turn right, and immediately open fire on an NYPD officer. He then shoots a woman who took cover behind a pillar and proceeds through the lobby, spraying it with gunfire.
Authorities say the suspect then went into the elevators where a woman was getting out.
The shooter then calls the elevator, which opens in the lobby. A female exits that elevator, and he allows her to walk past him unharmed.
He then rode to the 33rd floor, where he allegedly walked the floor, firing rounds, striking and killing a woman before police say he turned the gun on himself. The building where the shooting occurred is headquarters to major companies, including the financial firm Blackstone and the NFL. Inside, workers were told to shelter in place, some employees even using office furniture to barricade the door.
We heard multiple shots go off in quick succession from the first floor, and a lot of us just rushed into the room. Some went out in the back door, out onto the street. Other people, including me, we ran into the conference room and then eventually barricaded the tables across the doors and just stayed still.
Outside, witnesses described the chaos on the streets.
I heard, you hear like, I thought it was like drums or something, and then I was like, what's happening? We just kept walking, and then you see people running at you. And so then we're like, what's happening? It's like, we hear gunshots, so we just ran.
In total, 5 people were shot, including an off-duty NYPD officer who was working security for the building. He leaves behind 2 young kids and a wife who's pregnant with their 3rd child.
Today, we are covering a very terrifying and heartbreaking incident that shook the heart of New York City. A mass shooting in Midtown Manhattan left 4 people dead, including an officer, an off-duty officer. The shooter, identified as 27-year-old Shane, traveled all the way from Las Vegas armed with a high-powered rifle, opened fire inside of a high-rise building on Park Avenue during rush hour. Then he turned the gun on himself. Police are still searching for answers, and today we're asking the hard questions. Let's walk through what happened. On Monday evening, around 6 p.m., he double parked his car outside of 345 Park Avenue in Midtown. That building houses multiple offices, including the NFL's New York headquarters. He exited the vehicle carrying what authorities described as an automatic style rifle, a high-powered long gun. Within moments of entering that building, he opened fire. One of the first people he shot was an officer, a 3-year NYPD veteran who happened to be off duty at the time. The officer was married, a father of 2 young children, and his wife currently expecting their 3rd child. Let me pause for that moment. This man served the city. He served the people, and he lost his life not while on duty, but simply by being present during a violent act of chaos. We honor him. We mourn him, and we send our deepest condolences to his family. In total, it was 6 people who were shot, including the gunman. 4 died, and 1 victim remains in critical condition. The shooter, well, he was found to have died from self-inflicting gunshot wound to his chest. Now here's where the story takes a disturbing turn. The investigators discovered a 3-page suicide note in his pocket. In it, he claimed to be suffering from CTE, a brain condition commonly associated with professional football players who experience repeated head trauma. He believed his alleged CTE was causing his mental health issues. According to Mayor Eric Adams, he blamed the NFL. Let's be clear. He never played in the NFL. He played high school football. He had no professional football experience. Still, he believed that NFL was somehow responsible for his mental state. That's why he allegedly targeted the building where the NFL headquarters were located. Now, here's what's chilling, y'all. He walked into 345 Park Avenue, seemingly trying to find the NFL office. But the building has 2 separate elevator banks. One bank goes to the upper floors, and that's where he ended up, the 33rd floor, which houses the office of the management, but not the NFL. Authorities believe he simply got on the wrong elevator and ended up on the wrong floor. That floor was still full of employees, and within seconds, gunfire rang out. Surveillance video shows that man firing multiple rounds. Panic spread throughout the building. Now, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the bravery and the preparedness of those inside. The management had safe rooms. They had bulletproof bathrooms. They had emergency protocols. And that saved so many people's lives. It's heartbreaking that in America today, active shooter drills have become part of the workplace culture. But in this case, that made a difference. Many people inside the building were able to hide, lock down, and stay safe until law enforcement arrived. More than 40 emergency calls were made in 911 within minutes of this attack. Mayor Adams confirmed that the city used the Citizen app to send out alerts, advising people nearby to shelter in place. Emergency response teams flooded that area. In a matter of minutes, the building was on lockdown. Police are now working to determine exactly how that he obtained the weapon. We know he had concealed carry permit in Nevada, and that state gun laws are far more relaxed than New York's. Mayor Adams spoke about the frustration of trying to keep illegal weapons off the streets of New York, while dangerous firearms are easily accessible in other states. And he's right. This man drove across the country, legally obtained a powerful weapon, and brought it into a city with some of the strictest gun laws in the country, and still managed to take lives. There were no known warning signs before the shooting. Federal agent says that man wasn't on any watch list. He made no social media threats, no prior encounters with NYPD. He just showed up armed and angry. And this is the part that shakes people to their core. This wasn't a nightclub. This wasn't a school. This was an office building in the middle of Manhattan during rush hour. It could have been anyone, any floor, any person. We are seeing a new kind of violence, targeted violence against corporate institutions, whether it's schools, shopping centers, or now NFL offices. These attacks come with no warning, and they leave families shattered. Major Adams shared a personal note. He once worked in 345 Park Avenue as a young man delivering mail. Now, as a mayor, he returned to that same building and saw blood on the floors of a place that helped start his career. This wasn't just an act of violence. It was a full circle moment for the leader of this city. A reminder that nowhere is truly safe. Let me close with this, you all. You may never fully understand what's going through that man, the shooter mind. We may never get the answers we want. But what we do know is this. 4 people are dead. A family lost a husband, a father, and a protector. And New York's, they are grieving. This city, New York is strong. They have endured. They have stood back after unimaginable pain. But they cannot keep pretending that mental health, gun access, and rage-driven violence are isolated issues. They are all connected, and they are very real. And they are killing innocent people. To Officer, the one that passed, to his family, to the victims, to those hiding in fear on the 33rd floor, I just want to let you guys know we see you, we are praying for you, and we will keep telling the truth. This has been Gigi Crime Watch, and I want you all to stay safe, stay alert, and stay human. I love you guys. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe here, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.